I still haven't been able to fix this webcam. I know the video looks like I'm trying to catfish you off Tinder with a filter on my pictures, but I can't do anything about it until I go get another one, which I haven't been able to do today. So for now, we're just going to have to deal with this here. I want to talk to you about what I consider to be the most embarrassing crime ever committed and also leading to significant jail time. A man in Georgia was recently sentenced to 3 years in prison for using his COVID relief money to buy an expensive Charizard Pokemon card. This is actually a story I've been following for quite some time. I'm not exactly Dick Gumshoe, but I was able to sniff out the truth in this case pretty early on and knew for a fact this would be a disaster he'd regret for the rest of his life, just like all of those dumb characters in the Darman universe. This guy made a really stupid decision that he is now paying a big price for. 3 years imprisonment. In October of last year, he actually pled guilty to a count of wire fraud after reportedly filing false information to the U.S. Small Business Association. He claimed that he had an entertainment service that employed multiple people and brought in like 235 grand before the pandemic. He applied for a COVID relief package for some money to keep the business going, and he got $85,000 from it, and then spent over $57,000 on the Pokemon card. Now, there's a bit of a discrepancy on what card he exactly purchased. Some people are saying it was a PSA 9 Charizard. Other sources were claiming that it was a Beckett 9.5 Charizard. It depends on who you ask and what dumpster behind Walmart you're talking to your dealer at. But the one thing that's for certain is he bought a graded Charizard card because at that price it had to be a graded card. If he just bought a raw Charizard, no rubber, it'd be like 3 or 4 grand or something, depending on how beat up that shit is for a first ed Charizard. So he spent the majority of his COVID money on that card, and he didn't have that entertainment business he was claiming to have, unless of course he's still keeping that a secret and the entertainment was like giving over the pants hand jobs at massage parlors or something. I don't really know, but when he got busted, he had to give up the Charizard. So in the end, after all of that work and committing a crime, he still didn't even get to hold the holy grail of collecting for very long. He led them to a treasure he himself couldn't possess. Now, of course, I don't agree with what the guy did, but I can kind of understand where he was coming from. As most of you know, I used to suffer from the cardboard rot as well. The addiction to collecting shiny cardboard. My fucking caveman brain just loved it. Still do. But I understand how to control myself. As you all know, I'm a recovering addict. In fact, the Charizard card that he coveted so much to go to jail 3 years for, I have right here in this nice little frame. Framed it myself. It's a first ed Charizard. This shit's probably like a PSA 2. I'm sure the owner of this used to wipe their ass with it because it's in bad shape. But I don't care because I do it for the love of the sport and also a mental illness. So yeah, I followed this story closely. It's something that's near and dear to my boners here because I also love to collect cards, still do. And when I read this story initially, I was like, fuck, that could have been me. Like that mugshot, it could have just been me staring back at you if things had just gone a little differently along the path I took in life. So, I mean, the story's sad because he's losing 3 years of his life to a really stupid decision. I don't know, like, his whole history, but this is obviously a really stupid scam to have tried. He's trying to scam the government. I mean, he succeeded for a time, and now he's going to jail for it for 3 fucking years. And I don't think smuggling Pokemon cards in your butthole is going to do him any good in there. I know cigarettes are often used as currency in prison, at least what movies and TV shows would have me believe, as well as like a couple of things I read. But maybe this guy could be a real pioneer, an innovator, and bring the joy of collecting Pokemon cards to jail, and he could be like the kingpin in that case. But anyway, I do find the story sad because it's obviously sad that this man's losing 3 years because he bought a Charizard. But I mean, this is the dumbest scam you could have done. If he had just stuck to crypto scams and NFT scams like the rest of them, he would still be out there today funding his addiction to rare Charizards, and he'd still be shitposting on Twitter about his new Bored Ape that he's trying to peddle, and it would have been fine. But instead, he chose old Uncle Sam to go after, and that was just a recipe for disaster. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because I think it's probably the most humiliating crime that has led to significant time in jail. And yeah, not a very happy ending here, but it's a story I followed and it just concluded, so wanted to go over it. That's about it. See ya.